MajorSlackVideos.
Hey, welcome back to MajorSlackVideos, your first stop for easy Elden Ring gameplay. You don't need to get good, you just need to get slack. And we just finished upgrading our Meteoric Ore Blade to +5, although I have decided since that to abandon my original strategy for the ulcerated tree spirit boss fight, which I was going to use the Meteoric Ore Blade, but I've decided that strategy is a little too difficult for the average gamer. And I have since realized that Roger's Rapier, which we're going to get right after the Godrick, the Grafted boss fight, is way better. And it's a lot easier for gamers of all skill levels. So that's what we're going to use. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to skip right to the Godrick, the Grafted boss fight, which starts off at the secluded cell side of Grace. Basically, we're going to rock sling him to death. Rock sling and keep your distance. Now, I'm not an elitist, so I'm not going to assume that that's going to be enough for everybody. So I'm going to prepare you to minimize all risk in this boss fight. Number one, flasks. You can get away with 4 and 4. You're not going to need more than 4 FP to pull this off. Even like spamming rock sling the whole fight. So that will give you lots of health flasks to stay healthy. Next, in his second phase of his fight, he's going to go into flame mode, so we're going to need some fire protection. For this, I would recommend the Traveler's gear. Traveler's hat, Traveler's perfume, Traveler's garb, Traveler's gloves, and Traveler's slobs. Now I do have some things in my possession that give slightly better fire protection. For example, this here. But it's not worth the extra weight. This is like, as you can see, 16.5 pounds, where this is only 5.1 pounds, so it's not worth it. So yeah, that's the best. And as far as talismans, we don't need this. Take this off and get the Flame Drake talisman, put that on. So now you can see our fire protection is 35.2, and we can make that even better by eating some fireproof dried liver. I have one. Maybe I got lucky. I'm going to show you how to get the recipe to make as many as you like. Let's do that right now. Everybody go to Agile Lake North. From Agile Lake North, mount up, point yourself northeast, and gallop through this little field of swords here. And straight towards this enemy camp dead ahead. You can veer off to the right here. Give yourself a good chance of getting this Armorer's Cookbook 1, which is right here. Grab that and run away. Oh, might as well grab their smoldering butterfly too. And since we're here, point yourself due north to this kind of like alpha wolf sitting on top of this pile of blocks here, and grab a golden rune. Then go northeast through these 2 trees here, looking for a statue on the rocks on the cliff's edge right there. Veer off to the right, you can see a spirit spring. Double jump off the cliff, and you'll land on the spirit spring, and this will soften your fall. Once you get to the bottom, press jump, you shoot way up, push forward, and you'll come right here to the artist's shack. I'm just doing this because it's on the way, and why not? You know, grab yourself a smithing stone here. And might as well take a gander at this painting. The way it works is you have to find where in the world that painting is, and once you find that spot, you'll get a reward. And I'll show you about that later. That's not really important right now. For now, let's discover the site of grace, and we now have the recipe to make fireproof dried liver. If you look to item crafting, we can make this. And this will require roa fruit, beast liver, and smoldering butterfly. Now I have 16 beast liver, so I'm assuming everybody has at least a few beast liver, if you've been following this walkthrough. Alright, and you get, where do you get beast liver? I think it's just by killing animals. I'll look it up and I'll try to remember to post a little notice there exactly how to get a beast liver, or I'll post it in a pinned comment. Now let's make a few of these fireproof dried livers, like 5. Alright, so I got those, and that's it. For demonstrational purposes, I'm going to eat one of these fireproof dried livers. take a look at our equipment, and you can see our fire resistance is up to 44, so that's pretty damn good. So that's where we're going to go at Godrick the Grafted with. Make sure you got meteorite stuff in your right hand, shield in the left. Only had the jellyfish, cerulean tears, crimson tears. This we're going to swap out. Let's go back to the scene of the crime. Whoops. Or what will eventually be the scene of the crime after we murder Godrick. And set up the flask of wondrous physic. This is just for emergency purposes in case you run out of health. I would put the crimson crystal tear, and whatever you put in the other slot doesn't matter, because like I said, you're using it for emergency purposes only, and who knows what is going to be in effect at that point. Just throw in, say, the green spell crystal tier, just for good measure. Alright, that's it. Set your meteorite staff to rock slaying, and that's what we're going with. We can call up Nephili. Summoning these cooperators in these boss fights, from what I understand, I've never actually tested this, but from what I've read, increases the boss's health. I haven't actually tested that, but I always think it's worth it anyways. Because the more people you have distracting the boss, the better it is, especially for a ranged character. So we can just keep bombarding them with rock sling. So that's it. We're going to enter, spawn the jellyfish, switch over to the flask of cerulean tears, and hit him with, actually what I usually like to do is I run straight for him, like directly straight for him. And when I get close, if he looks like he's going to react, I block, and then I run right past him. This will make sure that Nephili gets engaged, and the jellyfish gets engaged, because sometimes she just sits there at the top and does nothing because Godrick is down there, and you're blasting him with rock slings. She's like, okay, you got this, all taken care of. I'm just going to sit back and take a coffee break. You don't want that. You want them fully engaged. So that's why I run straight at him. Or you could run around the side there, but sometimes when you run around the side, he chases you into the little graveyard there. And then because of all the gravestones are in the way, if you're trying to blast him with rock slings, the gravestones block the rock slings, and it turns into kind of a fustercluck. So I would run straight at him. I know it sounds kind of counterintuitive, but that's the best thing you can do. Even if he hits you, you can survive one hit. Just get up and keep running to the other side, and that will make sure that Nephili and the jellyfish get engaged. Once you're at that point, hit him with 3 rock slings, and then back up 3 times, because once you hit him with 3 rock slings, he's going to go, uh-oh, somebody's hitting me with the rock slings, let's go after that guy, which is what he does. So he comes after you. Hit him with three rock slings, back up 3 times, and then hit him with 2 more rock slings, recharge your flask of cerulean tears, rinse, repeat until he starts screaming. When he starts screaming, that means he's going into a second phase, the flame phase, at which point you're going to recharge everything, cerulean tears, crimson tears, and when you come out of the cut scene, you'll be near the top, like right here. I would just keep backing up until you get to the top of the stairs, and then bombard him with more rock slings. And if he looks like he's coming close, block, disengage, lock on, run away, and keep bombarding him with rock slings. You get all that? Okay, let's go.
Mighty dragon, thou'rt a true-born heir. Lend me thy strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights. Well, alone tarnished, playing as a lord, I command thee kneel.
Never.
I am the lord of all that is golden.
Oh my. So, do you you think you need a hand with that? Okay, spawn the jellyfish. Switch over to Thrilling Tears and run straight at him. See what he does. Looks like he's going to do something, so block. Okay, and just keep running. Keep running all the way to the other side. Make sure they're engaged and start bombarding with rock slings. 1, 2, 3. Back up 3 times. And again. 1, 2. Refill. He's screaming. Refill everything. What's the matter, Godrick? A little too tough to handle?
Truest of dragons.
You're not going to try to cheese this fight, are you? Using your dragon arm? Oh, you pussy. Alright, so be it. Wake up there, buddy. Okay, immediately back up till you get to the top of the stairs. There we go. Eat your dried liver. And rock sling. Doesn't matter if you take a bit of a hit. And if it looks like he's coming closer, run around. Heal up if necessary. Lock on. Keep your distance.
I am the Lord.
That's it. You go bye-bye.
And one day, we'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
Yeah, whatever. And he gives up Godrick's Great Rune and the Remembrance of the Grafted. I'm going to show you exactly what to do with these before the end of the video. So, we spanked Godrick the Grafted in the lands between. And we got a new site of grace here. And, we can rest. And we got a lot of money. Let's level up. Points into vigor once again. And this, assuming that you didn't take the secret passage, will allow you into the new area, Liurnia of the Lakes. Go to the very end. Aha, spanked your ass. You got spanked in the lands between. Aha, dancing on your throne. Aha. Alright. Down here. I think there's a Shabriri's grape here somewhere. Oh wait, that's down below. Okay, let's take the ladder. Here it is. What say you? Oh, strong silent type, eh? Okay. Maiden, dear maiden, where are you? Please take my grapes. Alright, don't mind if I do. Take that, show you what to do with that later, and I believe that's all we have to do in this area, and this will bring us out into Liurnia of the Lakes, the new area north of Limgrave. Boom, Liurnia of the Lakes. Discover the site of grace. And Bob's your uncle. Now we have business at the Round Table Hold. At the Round Table Hold, you find this new door opened up to the west. Let's go through it. And here is Enia. Let's have a little chat.
Are you that new tarnished? You've done well. I am Enia, the Finger Reader. I interpret the words of the fingers, envoys to the greater will. Look there. The fingers tremble to welcome you, Shardbearer. Let their wisdom wash over you. Great Elden Ring, root of the Golden Order, anchor of all lands, giver of grace, wellspring of all joy. Until it was shattered, the tragic corruption of the Order has taken its toll. Across the realm, life lies in ruin, fallen to pieces. Foul curses and misery spread, unabating. But the greater will has not abandoned the realm, nor the life that inhabits it. So it is that the tarnished are guided by grace, called to act. Brave tarnished, your great rune is a handsome shard of the Elden Ring. Seek another of its kind to become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order. Let the words of the fingers guide you.
Worst ventriloquist act ever. I could tell it was you. It wasn't him saying those words, it was you. I can see your lips moving. Anyways,
Well, I see. A remembrance of gold has found its way into your possession.
yeah, what's up with that?
Demigods and even the creator of the champions are hewn by the Earth Tree upon their end into remembrances. They are valuable indeed. These remembrances yet house the power of their former masters. And should you wish to wield that same power, well, I will lend you the strength of the fingers. Do not recoil from my offer. The fingers guide us all. And you, tarnished, you are here to take, are you not?
Okay, and just for demonstrational purposes, let's go to receive power from remembrance. And let's give the option to trade this remembrance of the Grafted if you so desire. There are other options for the Axe of Godrick, or this thing here, the Grafted Dragon, which is a fist. Neither of these two are going to fit into our build because they require a lot of strength. This requires a whopping 34 strength, and this requires 20 strength. The other option is to simply sell the remembrance of the Grafted for 20,000 runes. That's the option we're going to go for. And as you see, this one here even requires you to pay an extra 2,000 in order to acquire this. But we're not going to do that. So, and tell us about great runes.
Great runes are the stuff of demigods. The children of the goddess, Queen Marika. She who is vessel of the Elden Ring. Tainted by the strength of their runes, her children warred, but none could become Elden Lord. And so grace was extended to your kind, the Tarnished. Listen, the fingers speak.
Again
The
with this?
Greater
Okay.
Will has long renounced the demigods. Tarnished, show no mercy. Have their heads. Take all they have left. Indeed. But remember one thing. The demigods are each and all the direct offspring of Queen Marika. Godrick the Grafted was but a distant relation, the runt of the litter. His divine blood sorely diluted.
Okay.
Now go forth. Let the words of the fingers guide you.
Okay, just keep it above the equator. Both of you. And we'll be cool with that. Alright, so that's done. Next, if you go into your inventory and over to info, once again, inventory info here. Alright, and scroll on down, you get a little blurb about Great Runes. Great runes that received by defeating Shire Bearers have lost their beneficial power. However, their power can be restored at divine towers throughout the lands between. See the description of each great rune to discover which divine tower you should visit. Okay, so all we have to do is go to our inventory and find the great rune. There it is right there. Look at the description, and it says, the great rune of the Shribearer Godrick, devoid of any benediction. Seek the divine tower of Limgrave, which stands beyond the great bridge from Stormvale Castle. Where is the great bridge from Stormvale Castle, Slack? It is... Actually, it's better to... The map gets a little clunky when you're at the round table. Here we go. Okay, so there's the Limgrave Tower Bridge. Remember we fought the Lion Guardian boss right there. There's the main courtyard of Stormvale Castle, and we fought the Lion Guardian boss right there. And then there's this big bridge that goes across here. It's kind of broken in spots, but you can get all the way across. And you're going to get to a point where, I think it's right here, where this little teleporter, and you hit the teleporter and it will teleport you all the way over to this location here, at which point we can restore the Great Rune. There's only one problem. There's 3 of these gigantic golem archer melee guys in the way, and I'm going to show you about that right now actually shortly. But first, Roger can be found right here, and we could talk to him and get a reward for beating Godrick the Grafted.
We meet again after all. I apologize for any offense given by my bearing, but I'm quite unable to move, you see. So, what do you need?
I've defeated Godrick.
You defeated Godrick and claimed yourself a great rune. Looks like we both got what we wanted out of Stormvale, didn't we? Well done, friend. Something to mark the occasion. Go on, take it.
And he gives you Rajir's Rapier +8. This is fantastic.
As you might have guessed, I still can't move. My fighting days are behind me. No need to be polite. I've no use for it anymore.
There you go. And as usual, he'll still sell the skills here. The Ashes of War. So we have a great new rapier. And we have this Remembrance of the Grafted, which we've opted not to trade in for a kick-ass weapon. Instead, sell it for 20,000 runes.
Now, look, those eyes tell a story of a challenger who's felled his mark.
Oh, you heard the news,
Fight
eh?
'em well. Now lay out your arms.
Alright. Sell. Here we go. 20,000 runes. Cha-ching. And what's about... How's Roderika
I
doing?
spoke with the girl. She has a gift for spirit tuning.
Okay.
So I told her everything I know. I'm indebted to a spirit tuner I met long ago. It was all I could do to honor her. I'm sorry I doubted you.
Alright, now I know some of you are freaking out and probably posting comments saying, Slack, you could have duplicated that remembrance of the Grafted. Yes, you can. And you can still duplicate it even after you sell them. How do you duplicate them? By finding one of those walking mausoleum things. Let's go to the very bottom of Weeping Peninsula, which is the isolated merchant's track. And you hear that bell tolling? It tolls for thee. Get your meteoric ore blade up and running. Make a run for this guy. Get off here. See all that stuff around his feet, like that glowy stuff? You gotta knock it off. Easiest way to do this is to use your meteoric ore blade and the gravitas skills to get right near it, and it knocks it off. And keep doing that until it's mostly knocked off on all the legs. Once you knock off enough of this stuff on all his feet there, watch it, then he'll stop moving and he'll plant. As soon as you see the rocks start falling, that's your cue to get out. That's it. So we stopped. Get out of there, because you could take damage. Okay, and once he's planted, just walk in the front door. Open. And here you get the option to duplicate your remembrance, and we're gonna get more of these. So, and they have like different values as well. So you're best not to duplicate this one right away because there's only, I think like half a dozen of these things, 6 or 7 to be exact. So you want to save your options for that until you have more remembrances to decide which ones you want to duplicate, which ones you don't, because there's not enough to duplicate them all. Alright, so that's what that's all about, and just because you sell it does not mean it's too late to duplicate it. Alright, so that's that. Now let's go to Limgrave Tower Bridge. And we have some more money. Let's level up again. I'm just getting points into vigor. And coming up first thing next video, that's a talisman that will give you lightning protection. It's just going to be useful later on. Okay, and coming up first thing in the next video, I'm going to show you how to negotiate all the giant golems in this area here. You could just run past them. You'll probably take a few hits, but you could just run past them all. But I prefer to kill them all, or kill at least the first two, and then run past the third one, because there's a couple thousand runes for killing the first two. Alright, I'm going to show you how to do that, and then how to activate our great runes so that we get like bonuses from that, and that's going to show up in this little slot here. Right, that's coming up first thing next video. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, post a comment, and I'll see you next time for some more Elden Ring. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes, alright? Thanks a lot, really appreciate it.